Hey folks, how are you? Sports Degenerate here, coming to you from the Jersey Brickyard. We're talking about Week 10 in the National Football League and the state of affairs for the New England Patriots. Look, the Patriots are a fine team. They only have 2 losses. But if you're a Tom Brady fantasy owner, you've had a pretty mediocre season. Ever since Randy Moss has left, Brady's numbers have pretty much fallen off the charts. And that could be because nobody in the New England receiving corps has really stepped up. There's been a Brandon Tate sighting. There's been an Aaron Hernandez sighting. But when it comes right down to it, Brady looks down the field and he does not see a go-to guy. Things will not get any better for him this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, even coming off the loss to the Cleveland Browns. I would look for another option for quarterback this week. It could be Josh Freeman if he's on the wire, but I doubt it. Or it could be a guy that I bet you's on the wire and he is the fantasy stud of the week. It's the Arizona Cardinals quarterback, what's his name? Anybody? Derek Anderson. That's right, Derek Anderson has phenomenal weather stats in the Dome against the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Now the Seattle Seahawks are going to be pretty ticked off, especially after getting humiliated in front of the home crowd in Seattle last week. But Derek Anderson has great weather stats. As I said, he throws more than 90 yards above his career average in the Dome. But more importantly, his touchdowns go from 1.2 to 2.5 touchdowns per game. That's an increase of 1.3 touchdowns per game. Can't guarantee that the Cardinals will win, but Anderson could be in for a very great day and be a great bye-week fill-in. All right, this week's fantasy dud. A guy you don't want to see in your lineup is Jets running back Sean Green. Now, Rex Ryan says that Sean Green is going to start carrying an even load with LT. He wants to make sure that Tomlinson is rested for the playoffs, so Green's going to get more carries. But this is not the week to plug him in against a stingy Cleveland Browns defense in Cleveland. His weather stats are suffering with the 54 degrees forecasted in Cleveland. He rushes 22 yards under his 41.5 yards per game. So, this is not the great week to put him in as a bye-week filler. And finally, let's talk to the owners of the Baltimore Ravens defense. Tell you what, the Ravens defense is woeful. That's right, I said it. They're terrible this year. They got shredded by the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday Night Football. All I can say is hold on to them for one more week, let them beat up on the Carolina Panthers, and then say, bye-bye, Blackbirds. All right, thanks for joining us here on this Fantasy Sports Weather Report. And tuning next week after Randy Moss gets traded to the Calgary Rough Riders in the CFL.